So, I was going to make a part 4 of my series of things I refuse to spend money on. But one of the items I've been really analyzing, and I wanted to do a whole thing on it, is buying a brand new car or a leased car. I've done both of these in the past. And listening to Dave Ramsey and hearing why he says to buy used cars makes total sense. When you drive a car off the lot, it loses 10% of its value. But also, too, I was going back and thinking about my childhood in my early 20s, and I feel like people never really explained why they were driving used cars or why to in my early 20s. And I always thought it's because they didn't have the money to get a brand new one. But all my childhood, mostly, we drove used cars. I remember one time when I was a kid, my dad got a brand new car and he was so happy. He was like, he felt like he made it. But it was more of, I think it's more of the psychological of why people buy new cars, is they want that shiny new toy to show off. And the whole, I think at the time my dad was just trying to keep up with the Joneses, and even though he really couldn't afford the new car. And even myself, once I started driving, I always had used car after used car, but it was people getting it for me, or after my dad passed away, my uncle suggesting I get this used car. But it wasn't really, no one really explained the money part of it. Why leasing a car is bad. Or why when you buy a brand new car, you lose the 10% of its value. And I wish we would talk more about that with teenagers and young adults, why they should be buying a used car, how much it's better financially for them to buy a used car. Because I remember the first time I ever got a brand new car, it was actually a lease car. And I'm like, and I really couldn't afford it. But it was that shiny new toy. I remember I was in my late 20s, and it was like, it was more of, I didn't really think about the whole money side of it. But one thing I'm never going to do from now on is buy a brand new car or a lease car.